Software configuration for your Link 6 system begins with a firmware version check. On your Teach pendant, check the upgrade page to see what firmware bundle you have installed on the controller. Then, on your computer, check the Canova website to see the latest SWU file available. If it's different from the one currently on your robot, download it onto an appropriate storage device and connect it to your controller via USB connection. Next, upload the file from your storage device to the controller by using the Upload button and then selecting it from your system. After that is complete, you can begin your upgrade, which will take a few minutes. The same process can be used to revert your controller to an older firmware version if needed. You can also perform a factory reset from this screen. A factory reset restores the database of your controller to its original state, restoring default values for all configurations and erasing the memory. Once your firmware version is up to date, it's time to install your plugins using the plugin page. Link 6's plugin architecture allows you to easily install new functionality on your controller, much like apps on smartphones. 3 plugins come pre-installed on the controller: the ARM plugin, the Industrial I/O plugin, and the Modbus Slave plugin. Please note that these can be configured but cannot be removed. Plugins can offer new tiles to improve the functionality available for visual programming. New plugins can be installed by clicking the button on the bottom right of the screen, then clicking Select File. When installing plugins from the Teach pendant, the controller will look for a .kp file on a drive connected via a USB port. If installing plugins from an Ethernet connection, you'll be asked to browse and find the desired file on your computer. After selecting the file, press Install to add the plugin to your system. Let's head over to the Robot page. The Robot page allows you to configure some global parameters for your robot and restore its firmware to its factory settings. Pressing the Restore Factory Settings button is equivalent to selecting the Factory Reset button on the upgrade page. For robots that are not installed vertically, it's important to change the gravity vector to account for the actual orientation of your machine. You can also specify a static payload, which is defined separately from your tool. Following these parameters will ensure that hand guiding mode works properly. Once everything is all set, it's time to configure the Tools page. The Tools page allows you to tell the robot what equipment is installed on its end effector. This enables equipment characteristics to be included in the robot's internal model. By selecting an available tool from your library, you can manually modify its transform relative to its parent, its mass, and its center of mass. This information is essential for the proper behavior of hand guiding modes and should be carefully validated if input manually. Select which components are installed on your robot by dragging and dropping them in the active zones. Should you later install additional components, simply place them in the appropriate position in your stack of active tools. Available tools are defined by plugins, but you can create custom ones by clicking the plus button and filling in the form. Now, let's manage your users. The Users page is used to create additional credentials to allow operators to sign in on the Canova web app. To create a new user, simply click the plus button and fill in the Create New User form. Existing users can be modified, duplicated, and deleted by navigating the Kebab menu. That's the button with 3 dots. There's one final page to review. Over on the Networks page, you can view and modify the IP address of the robot when connected to a computer via an Ethernet port. If restored to factory settings, the robot will revert to its default IP address, which is 192.168.1.10.